Good day everyone! Ngayong araw ay pag-uusapan natin ang isang kaso na may kaugnayan sa paglabag sa Section 3E ng Republic Act 3019, otherwise known as the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. So ang kwento natin is about sa isang mayor na lumabag nga sa nasabing batas. So ang mayor na ito ay naihalal na mayor noong mula July 1, 1992 to June 30, 1995 sa Calintaan, Occidental Mindoro. Subalit noong July 18, 1994, nung nag-conduct ng post-audit investigation si Pahayon, siya yung state auditor that time ng Commission on Audit or COA, and na-find out niya na walang kinandak na public bidding or competitive bidding sa mga purchases during time ni Mayor, during na incumbency niya. So, anong nangyari? Sinampahan siya ng kaso together with De Jesus. Si De Jesus ang municipal treasurer rather that time. Nasampahan ng kaso before the Sandigan Bayan si Sison noong June 4, 1998. And during the trial, hindi niya inamin yung lahat ng mga akusasyon. Siya ay nasampahan actually ng 7 counts of violation of the provisions of Section 3A Republic Act 3019. So, kasama na dito yung maling proseso ng Toyota Land Cruiser, then 119 bags of Fortune Cement, and then meron ding construction materials, 2 desert dwellers tires, and a computer and its accessories. Also, including doon yung electric generator set. So, sa kaso na ito, nangyari, ang tanging witness lang ng prosecution ang si Pahayon. And then, nung natawag na sa witness stand si Sison, sinabi niya naman na wala nga nangyaring public bidding during that time kasi nga ang ginamit niyang mode raw ay ang personal canvas. So, subalit nung November 14, 2005, na hatulan si Sison at si De Jesus, si De Jesus that time remained at large. Hatulan noong November 14, 2005 si Sison. And also, an alias warrant of arrest has been issued against accused De Jesus. So, naparusahan siya ng imprisonment ranging from 60 years and 1 month as minimum to 10 years as maximum. And of course, perpetual disqualification from holding public office. So ngayon, umapila si Sison. Ganun naman yung ginagawa, ano? Pag hindi naging pabor sa yung desisyon, aapila. So during that time, umapila siya sa Korte Suprema at however, yung kanyang apila ay dinismiss. Ang reason ng Supreme Court is that hindi na-comply ang requirements ng personal canvas. Yung personal canvas is totoo ngang exemption. As a general rule kasi dapat ang local government usage shall be through competitive bidding. So, na-explain ko itong competitive bidding. Ito yung pagbibigay ng patas na opportunity sa mga suppliers na mag-join sa mga bidding para makapili na maayos ang local government or yung government ng bibilihan nang sa gayon ay makamura yung government. So, mas maraming sumali, mas okay. So, kasama nga sa ang personal canvas of responsible merchants sa mga exemption. Kabilang rin sa mga exemptions are ang emergency purchase, negotiated purchase, direct purchase from manufacturers or exclusive distributors, and purchase from other government entities. Pero, dahil nga ito ay personal canvas, meron pa rin limitations ang sinet ang Republic Act 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991. Isa na nga rito na dapat yung mga ganitong procurement ay na-award ng Committee on Awards. Ang bumubuo naman sa Committee on Awards ay yung local chief executive as the chairman, then of course the local treasurer, the local accountant, the local budget officer, the local general service officer, and the head of office or department for whose use the supplies are being procured. Kung halimbawa naman na ang head of office or department would sit in a dual capacity, such as in this case, kasi nga si mayor, siya na yung chairman, siya yung local chief executive as mayor. So at the same time, siya rin yung head of office or department for whose use the supplies are being procured. So in that case, ang dapat yung a member of the Sanggunian elected from among its members shall sit as a member. So papalitan siya ng isa sa mga member ng Sanggunian. Diyan ang sabi sa Section 364 ng Republic Act 7160. So hindi lang talaga Toyota Land Cruiser ang na-find out na ganito, kundi lahat ng iba pang charges against kay Sison and De Jesus. napatunayan na talagang siya ay may violation of Section 3E of Republic Act 3019. Sabi dito, yung apat na elements sa paglabag ng provision na ito ng Republic Act 3019 is that, una, ikaw ay isang public officer. Pangalawa, the act was done in the discharge of the public officer's official, administrative, or judicial function. Pangatlo, the act was done through manifest partiality, evident bad faith, or gross inexcusable negligence. And that pang-apat, the public officer caused any undue injury to any party, including the government, or gave any unwarranted benefits, advantage, or preference. So, dito, meron siyang gross inexcusable negligence. So, sa third element, isa lang doon sa tatlo. The act was done through manifest partiality, evident bad faith, or gross inexcusable negligence. Sabi ng korte dito, meron siyang gross negligence sa part na to kasi lahat ng kanyang canvas sheets sent out by De Jesus to the suppliers already contained his signatures because he pre-signed these forms. Napirmahan niya na kaagad, imagine. Kumbaga, pinirmahan niya na kaagad yung form bago pinamigay sa mga suppliers. So, meron siyang utter disregard of the consequences of his actions. Sabi niya naman, alam niya naman yung provisions ng RA 7160. However, he did not follow the law because he was merely following the practice of his predecessors. Walang lusot yon. Ang lagay ba, alam niya, pero susundin niya yung sinundan niya, ay maling-maling argument yon. So, sa fourth element naman, sabi, isa rin lang sa dalawa. Either nag-cause ka ng injury to any party or give any unwarranted benefits, advantage, or preference. So, kahit while dito sa case na to, hindi naman talaga nakita na nagkaroon ng undue injury to any party, including the government, still, present pa rin yung pagbibigay ng any party, private party, any unwarranted benefit, advantage, or preference. Kahit isa lang doon, pwede na siya ma-convict. Hindi naman kailangang may damage doon sa second mode ng preference. Sa second mode, sabi, it suffices that the accused has given unjustified favor or benefit to another and the exercise of his official, administrative, or judicial functions. Yung mga suppliers dito were awarded a procurement contract without the benefit of a fair system and determining the best possible price for the government. The private suppliers, which were all personally chosen by the respondent, were able to profit from the transactions without showing proof that their prices were the most beneficial to the government. For that, petitioner must now face the consequences of his acts. So kaya, sabi dito, merong kaakibat na parusa kay Sison at kay De Jesus. So siya ay na-found guilty of 7 counts of violation of Section 3A of Republic Act 3019 and hereby sentenced for his count of the offense with imprisonment of 6 years and 1 month as minimum to 10 years as maximum and perpetual disqualification from holding public office. So yan yung case ni Sison versus People of the Philippines, March 9, 2010. Siya ay guilty as charged.